Good morning, students. This is Aishar teacher from St. Thomas Bethany Convent School, and today we are going to start with a new lesson number 2.4, that is 3 Vision for India. This lesson is written by APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so everybody know who is APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam is our ex-president, and we just call him a missile man also. Okay, so this is the short introduction about Dr. Kalam. So now we'll talk about this lesson. APJ Abdul Kalam's three vision for India were the protect and nurture the freedom we got from the British. He wanted us to become a developed country, and he believed in the concept respect earns respect. Okay, so more than our military strength, we have to be a major economic force in the world to earn the respect of other countries. He always determined or always dreamed of his and believed in the youth of our country to achieve this vision. It is a responsibility to achieve his dream and vision, the version of freedom, development, and standing up. So these are the three vision which is Dr. Kalam is talking about the visions and talking about the three vision for India. And in this lesson, we are going to learn about that three vision for India. So basically, we'll start the lesson first. The three vision for India. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program, state the three vision for India based on the achievements and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation and during his own career as a missile scientist. Dr. Kalam's three vision for India are freedom, development, and standing up. The focus of his presentation is on developing India to its fullest potential while standing up to the rest of the world with fully validated self respect for the achievements that have been obtained in the modern times. So, basically, what is the vision? Vision means a dream or an ideal for the future. Then, standing up to means being a brave and facing challenges. And potential means the capacity. And validate means confirm, that we have to confirm about this three vision for India. And that three vision you have told about that freedom, development, and standing up. Then, like that, Dr. Kalam had three vision for India. He believed that the realization of this vision was a crucial to Indian growth and development. So everybody know that now India is in a developing stage and it is not a developed country. So that it is everybody's vision that India should be a developed country in the world. So the first vision was freedom. Okay. So then the next is development. And the second is standing up. So India has a potential to being a developed country in the world. And he can accept the challenge that world has given to the India or our nation. And it is fully confirmed that for that we have to be achieve our self-respect and obtain the modern times. Okay, so these are basically told by APJ Abdul Kalam. Then if we are not free, no one will respect us. So we have to believe that if we are not free, no one will respect us. Then next is, so that in this way we can say that our first vision is our freedom. So I have three vision for India in 3000 years of our history. People from all over the world have come and invaded us, capture our land, conquer our mind from Alexander onwards, the Greek, the Portuguese, the British, the French, and the Dutch. All of them came and looted us and took over what was ours. Took over means take the authority on us. They took our freedom. They did not give us a freedom to behave, to act, to do whatever we want. Yet we have not done this to any other nation. So everybody come to India. First come Greek, then Portuguese, then British, then French and Dutch. Everybody came to India. They looted us. They take our freedom. They conquer us. They capture our lands, our mind also. But we have not done to anybody or any nations. So we have not conquered anyone. We have not grabbed their lands, their culture, their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them also. Because British came to India and they forced their way of life, their tradition on us. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. Because already we have not got freedom from 150 years of British rule, and so that we always respect the others' freedom. That is why my first vision for India is freedom. I believe that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857 when we started the war of independence. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture. Nurture means develop. Okay, so it is that we have nurture and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. My second vision for India is development. Further, APJ Abdul Kalam told that his second vision for India is development. For 50 years, we have been developing nation. As I told earlier that India is not a developed country, it is a developing nation. It is on a developing stage. So it is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of GDP. What is GDP? GDP is gross domestic products. We have 10% growth rate in most areas. Gross domestic product means whatever we are producing in our land, in our country. So our poverty levels are falling and our achievements are being globally recognized today. Globally recognized means noticed or accepted that we are achieved something in India. So, yet we lack the self confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation. Then then self reliant and self assured. Isn't this right? Because of the British ruled on us in 150 years, we have rules are self reliant, that is self dependent. We are not self dependent. We are always importing so many things from other nation. We always depend on the others for achieve our goals. And self assured, I think it is right. Whatever the IPJ Abdul Kalam has said. Then India must stand up to the world. Stand up to the world means India must took the challenge to achieve the goals in form of the world. Then I have a third vision that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Only strength respect strength, because if we stand up then only our strength will respect to strength. So that we have to stand up. We must be strong, not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. And when all this military power and economic power will go hand in hand, then everybody will see our strength. And when they see our strength, when they saw our strength, they will also respect us. Then why are we in India so embarrassed to recognize our own strength, our achievements? why we are embarrassed, why we are not believe that we have achieved so many things in our country, then we are such a great nation. We have to believe that we are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success story, but we refuse to acknowledge them. But we refuse to acknowledge them. We refuse to accept that. Why? Then we are the second largest producer of wheat in the world, and we are the second largest producer of rice. We are the first in milk production. We are number one in remote sensing satellite. So, what is that remote sensing satellite? It is a man made satellite launched into the space for communication, weather forecast, etc. Then look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transferred the tribal village into a self-sustaining. Self-sustaining means providing for ones that they can fulfill their needs in their village. Self-driving units. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is upset only with the bad news and the failure and the disaster. See, as APJ Abdul Kalam is saying, he's correct, I think, because we don't have respect on ourselves. What we do? What we do basically? We are just producing the breaking news like a disaster, like a death, like a bombarding, and all. So it is not good that all the negative aspects are given through the media. So, do we realize that self respect comes with the self reliance? So, we have to first realize that self respect comes with the self reliance. I was in Tel Aviv once. Then, further, he is telling the story when he was in Tel Aviv and he was reading the Israel newspaper. It was the day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and death had taken place. The Hamas had struck. So the Hamas, everything had struck over there. So many bombarding over there, so many death happens over there. But the front page of the newspaper had the picture of Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed his desert land into an orchard farm and granary. So, if it is in India, all that bombardment, all that dead pictures on the front page of newspaper. But it is in Tel Aviv, it does not happen like that. So, the glory means the involving the bloodshed and the violence, details of killing and bombardments and death were inside the newspaper, buried among the other news. So it is not exposed too muchly as a breaking news in the newspaper also and the media also. And isn't it possible in our country? All the positive aspects, all the positive news are on the front page, and all this bad news and the death are buried inside the newspaper? I think no. And even the APJ Abdul Kalam also saying the same thing, that he is also saying that it is not possible in India because we are always fascinated with all these breaking news. And when it is stopped in India, that time we will think positive instead of negative. So, whenever we are starting our day with the positive thing, we must do the positiveness in our blood. And we will definitely do some positive things on our life. So, I want to live in developed India. It is a most interesting and a livable question. And it is possible? Yes. Then another question is, why are we as a nation so upset with the foreign things? We are so, what we can say, eager or so loving the foreign things, correct? So we want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts, we want foreign technology. Why this obsession? Why we are logging for that with everything imported? Why? Do we not realize that self-respect comes with the self-reliance. And we have to realize that self-respect comes with the self-reliance. I was in Hyderabad giving this lecture when a 14 years old girl asked me for an autograph. I asked her what her goal in her life. She replied, I want to live in a developed India. So further he was telling the story when he was in Hyderabad that time the 14 years one girl came to him towards him and asking him about the autograph, and when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam asked her about her dream or goal of her life, then she said that I want to live in a developed India. See, the 14 years girls has a goal to live in a developed India. For her, you and I will have to build this developed India. You must proclaim, Miss, declare it yourself to you, confidently tell to you that we want to live in a developed India. And for that, we have to do all these things. We have to give this three vision, this three aim towards to you. That time only we will live in the developed nation. And I think it is everybody's aim, it is everybody's goal that we have to build this nation as a developed nation. And when we start with ourselves only, from the single person will start with themselves, from that time only this nation will be converted into developed state. So APJ Abdul Kalam is urges every Indian to please feel this dream. Please take it as a challenge that we have to live in developed India. We have to make this country as a developed nation. So I think it is our everybody's duty to make this nation, convert this nation into developed nation. And I think everybody understood this lesson. I hope you will understood the hard word also. But if you want the hard words, I'll give you while discussing with the session. Okay. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.